Hey Nadia, how you doing? I found it your tweet on X, you know, talking about an SEO resource that you're looking for, and I've done a quick SEO audit of your website to try to find the ways you can improve it, and such that you generate more traffic and ultimately more revenue. The first thing I see when I load this website is, you guys already did a pretty good job setting it up in terms of the user interface and the flow of the website. But the other things we can improve upon. The very first thing I see, because right now it's like, so in some cases more than 70%, 75% even of website traffic comes from mobile. And you have a phone number here, you have the location, you have the hours and everything. But then if I switch it to mobile, you can see all those disappear, and yet the phone number would even be, the clickable phone number would even be more relevant on mobile. So the very first thing I change is that is to create to push the stop menu down here by about this length, and then have the phone number and maybe email up there or something like that, such that when someone lands on the website and want to make a quick consultation, they can easily call without having to scroll all the way down to look for it. A lot of leads may just bounce off the website instead of looking further. Let me see. So hours, location, email. This is very good. The other thing I noticed is this picture right here. It's a good picture. It shows the kind of work you do, IT consultation. With the headphones and the laptop. But in terms of the picture quality itself, something like this is much better. It's it gives off it represents the company very well, because it's a high quality picture. So I'll definitely take another one, or check through your gallery and change to something of this quality, because this one is a little bit, the resolution is a bit low, and it doesn't match with the with the high end quality of the product that you're trying to sell. And then the homepage here is where we start to have a few problems. This part here, virtual consultants, that's good. That's what would appear in the search engine when people search for the keywords you're trying to rank for. But then the spacing here is a bit, again, these are small minute things that may not seem important to most people, but then they kind of have an effect long term in terms of how the website is presented. So virtual consultants, best IT consulting services. This says to virtual consultants, your trusted partner in comprehensive IT services. I would switch that around. I would say something like best IT consulting services in Sydney or something like that, and then I put the name after. And then when it comes to description, you can see it's very, very, very long. You want to aim for about 165 characters, or roughly 20 words. So something about this long, such that you don't run into the issue whereby the description in the search engine is cut off. And also, we have a few issues where some words are mashed together. There's no full stop. There's a lack of spacing in some of this text right here. There's a random date here for some reason, and also there's your name here. There's no full stop. So things like that are what we need to fix. And also the word count is a bit low. We want to go for about 1,000 words at least. We are aiming for about 1,000, 1,500, something like that. Other than that, it's good that you only have one H1 tag. This H1 tag right here, it's only one. That's a very good thing to do. You don't want to have more than one. But then it just says empowering your business with. That doesn't really, make sense, because what we want to have as our H1 tag, we want to tell the search engine that, what you're trying to rank for is this best IT consulting services. So that's what should be here. Best IT consulting services, and some version of it should be here, but then here it just says this is the only H1 tag on the whole website, so rather on this home page. So I want to fix that as well. And also, yeah, the word count right here, it's only 700 words, 774. I want to increase that. And then we come here, this talks about your company. And then here's where I need you to throw more light. This says, this talks about the services you offer, but then it only mentions 4 of them. Yet here there are, what is it? It's like 8. I don't know why. What went to that decision to only pick these 4 when you should be showcasing all the services you offer? So I would include all the others, and each of these should redirect to the page. This should redirect to the web development page. This should redirect to SEO marketing. But if you look in the bottom left corner, they don't. If I click them, they don't go anywhere. It's just, yeah, they actually do. Wait, what? Oh, they redirect to web development regardless of where I click. So that's a little bit misleading. They should all go to their individual pages, and we should all have all our services listed here. In terms of, what does this do? Okay. Even this, that, I guess is supposed to lead to some sort of testimonial or case studies, it also redirects to web development, so you should definitely change that. Instead of saying, 5+ projects, let us show the projects we've completed. We can have a separate page for case studies where we break down, what was involved in each project. The client came to us needing this. This is what we did. This is how we did it, and then these are the results. There should be something here that links to the case studies themselves. These ones are fine. The team, talent acquisition. I would replace this with an FAQ section right here that comprehensively discusses the mostly asked questions about our business, first of all, how we do what we do, and the services and how to get in touch and things like that. Those are really good for SEO optimization to let the search engine know what exactly do we do. And then this redirects to the careers page, though it just says virtual consultant. So we need to change where this button goes to as well. This is a button that this is not clickable, yet it's supposed to, I guess, open a pop-up where they can leave their email. And in terms of this, instead of just telling them to subscribe to our newsletter, we need to give them an incentive to do so. So we can have something like an SEO cheat sheet, or how to reduce turnover in employees or something like that. It should be a lead magnet that will give them the incentive to subscribe, because in order for them to get something, we are giving them something. In order for us to get something, we are giving them something. It's an exchange. So we should turn this into a lead magnet. I'll come to the blog post later. Yeah, this is fine. This part here is fine, though there are some links here that are missing. The careers page is not there. The blog is not there. We can add those, and then in the bottom here it still says 2023. We need to update that. Since you are using WordPress, you can use a very small PHP code to make sure this auto updates every year. You don't have to come back here every new year to update it. Now on to the next page. This says company here in the top menu, but then this page is completely blank. There is nothing here, so this page shouldn't even exist. And for these two pages right here, introduction and about us, you should consolidate these two into one page because the information that is on both is related. Yeah, you should just combine these and make one page and just get rid of this company page, and have this says home, and then they should say this can remain resources or something like that, but this page shouldn't exist right here because there's nothing on it. And let's combine these two, and then in terms of the pages themselves, our about us page, this says about us. That's fine, I guess, because that's what the page is about. But then you can see that it also has no h1 tag. This should be an h1, not an h2, because it shows that it's the overall title of the page. It shows that this is an about us page. And then for this is too long. We can see again some issues with repetition here. There's no full stop there. There's no spacing here. So we can rewrite this to about 20 words or 160 characters, such that it makes sense. And we also need to mention the keyword itself, the about us. There has to be about us in here somewhere. So that's that. Combine these, add a few pictures that are relevant to what we do, and then before I carry on, I've seen that on this website you use if you open a new tab here, you're using, if you look in the top here, JPEG format. While JPEGs and PNGs are fine, we need to use an image format called webp. So we get a picture like this, we compress it in terms of the file size without losing picture quality, and then we convert it to webp. They load a lot faster, and yeah, that's what you should be going for. In fact, let me run a speed test in the background. We'll get back to it once it's done. Okay, shall get back to that one. So yeah, that's what we do for the about us page. And then yes, the services page. If you look in the bottom left, the service page doesn't exist. This just says services. It's just a top menu item. But then we need to, because we need to have a proper flow for the entire website. So think of it like a tree, like this. So at the top we have the home page, and then under the home page we have about us, we have services, we have contact us, something like that. And then under each of those ones, for example, under the service page, we have the individual services themselves, like that. So we need to create a dedicated service page that has a brief description of everything that we do. And then each of those has a link to the individual service pages themselves. So if I come here to, let's say this one here, business planning, there is this. Let me go to something that I know very well. For example, web development, web design, e-commerce. This just says website development. We could change this title. Remember, this is not what appears on the page. This is what appears on the page. This is what however, this part is what appears in the search engine. So we would change it to like custom web development in Sydney or something like that, and then the description you can see is very long. Here this one is very short and this is very long, so we have a space here to add a few more words that are relevant to this page, and also the description is too long. Again, this meta description is it's what appears in the search engine, so there's not a lot of space for it. That's why we need to limit it as long as we mention the keywords of what exactly it is that we do, and the word count is very, 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 very low, and there are 6 images here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 in the background. I don't see the others. Anyway, for this page, we need to be exhaustive about everything we do with web development. So let's break it down in graphic detail. And then here, the font is too small. Even this font is too small. We need to make these ones bigger. But we need to go in terms of web development. Let's get this and let's break it down properly. The procedure. Let's link to the clients we've done this work for. Web design. Let's talk about this as well and this as well. And so on and so forth. And we need to do that for every individual page, and we need to make sure the title, the description, we have headings in there, H1s, H2s, and so on and so forth. And the way that it works is once we have our target keyword here that we're trying to rank for, we need to have it in our title, we need to have it in our description. And so we also need to have it in our H1, we need to, but naturally, we need to mention it naturally, in our H2s and our H3s and so on and so forth. Yeah, and let's do that for every single page here. That is a child of the service page. That is a child of the, of the home page. And then careers, contact us. Yeah, actually, I think that would make sense. The home page, and then this says company, and then under company you have about us. You have careers. And anything that comes out, any press release, any something, I would make sure that the blog, the link to our blog is its own individual menu item up here. So, speaking of which, let's talk about the blog. Yes. Okay. First of all, for the quote unquote home page of the blog, we can have cards here that going down like this that have our latest blog posts. In terms of the home page of the blog, we don't really need to have this sidebar or this part for comments or whatever. We can just get rid of this and then just have a home page that shows our recent blogs. Every time we update it, it auto updates itself. And then here, the title, you can change it to our digital marketing blog or something like that. Sydney, something, any keywords that you want to rank for as well. And it's missing a description, so you should definitely add something there. And then it also has no H1. Let's change that. And then let's look at the individual blog posts themselves. Okay, there you go. That's where things become interesting, because think about your blog like this, okay? What possible questions do people search for every day that are related to our services? That's it. That's a blog, and there are tools out there that we can use to help us answer that question. So answer the public, yes. Or we can also use Ahrefs keyword generator right here. So let me show you what I mean. So if you come here to one of our services, like data governance, let me go with that one. What's this? Come on. Okay, data governance. Let's switch this to Australia. And let's search. Okay, and then let's do the same for here. Governance. Let's just keep it US. So what these websites do is they help us come up with questions that people have about this particular keyword right here, or this particular service, such that we write blog posts that are, that are directed towards that. But then the other benefit is that we can find long tail keywords that whose competition is not that high, that we can rank for, and over time, as we write more blog posts, as we optimize our website further, as we build more links, it builds our trustworthiness as people start finding us, because we give them high quality content, and it builds our domain authority. The search engines, they start to trust us, because people come to the website, people spend time reading through it, and also we can build a very good link structure throughout the entire website. Because we have so much content on it now. So, for example, this how to implement data governance, or what's data governance in healthcare, things like that. We can go through all this and find find questions we can answer, and then we can cluster them into groups whereby we can find everything to do with data governance in healthcare, and we can cluster it into one blog post to get. Come on, I want a list. Okay, and then I think you can see more of them here. This shows us the search volume these keywords get per month, and it may not be that high, but we don't want to go for the super high, super high volume, because again, these ones are they're going to be very hard to rank for, because you're competing with like CNN and MSNBC or something like that. We want to go for these ones that are a lot easier to rank for, and we want to blow everyone out of the water with this. We want to write the best possible blog posts that exists on the internet about this subject. So when it comes to writing the blogs themselves, what you do is we are going to come here and we're going to search for this. Okay. We are then going to go and look at maybe the top 5 highest ranking sites right here for this topic, and then we shall go into ChatGPT. We are going to come here. Okay, look at this top 5. We are going to come to like this one, for example. What are they doing wrong? What are they doing right? We are going to copy this whole blog post right here, paste it into ChatGPT, have ChatGPT summarize it, and we are going to do that for the top 5 blog posts. And then we're also going to look at these guys. What title are they trying? So you can see here they have data governance in healthcare, healthcare data governance. We are going to come and copy their headings that they are using. We are going to put all this into ChatGPT, and we are going to give it a prompt to essentially combine all the 5 blog posts and then make a better one, with all of them combined together. And then after that, after we're done with that, we're going to come back here. Obviously, we have to proofread it to make sure it makes sense. We are going to add, our own pictures. We are going to add links to, other websites. We are going to interlink with other pages on our website as well. So it's about data governance. We can link to this. If somewhere in there it mentions dashboard reporting, we shall link to this page, and so on and so forth. And we are going to do that like 2-3 times a week to make sure we have the best possible blog posts as well. And we are going to aim for about 1,500 words at least. And every blog post is going to have an FAQ section. I'm not the biggest fan of this, the comments themselves, because a lot of people can come here and start spamming links to their own websites, So, but if it works for you, we can keep it there as well. And then you can see how that would work. There's a lot of potential ranking factors we can go after here. There's a lot of potential content to write. If you think about all the possible questions people Google every day. In fact, if you go back to data governance and you come here, this is a very good place to find long tail keywords. The 4 pillars, simplified, what are the key components, blah 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 blah. These are all potential blog posts right here that we can use to really establish ourselves as a trustworthy source of knowledge. Therefore, we shall rank high. And then obviously for the blog post itself, we'd have the title, we'd have the picture. We need to have a table of contents here, just like the other guys we've seen. An introduction paragraph. We need to have a key takeaway section. We need to have the blog post itself. It has to have pictures. Those pictures need to have alt attributes. If I look at this one has no alt attribute. The alt attribute is essentially just a brief description of of the picture itself. You get this one has none. This one has none. So if you have data governance related, if it's a data governance blog post, we need to have data governance related pictures and something describing them. That has to do with data governance, because the search engine can't see what the image is. It scans the text and gets to know what that image is about at least. So yeah, in terms of the blog post, that's what we will do. Recent blogs, search. Even this one has no alt attributes. This should be something like cutting edge IT solutions in Sydney, something like that. This one just says stamp. This one also just says stamp. This just says signature. So you have to optimize each and every one of them. For these ones, we can have the alt attribute should be your name and the position, and for this gentleman as well. Yeah, and then I noticed on the homepage there is no reviews. I don't know if you if you have any your past clients who have left reviews on your GMB page, your Google My Business page. But then while I was looking at that, I discovered that you most likely don't have one. You haven't signed up for Google My Business. There's a spacing issue here as well because there's a comma, but this is a capital letter, so it's more spacing issues all over here. But what I was saying is this. You haven't claimed your Google My Business page here, and you need to do it for Google. You need to do it for Bing. It just talks about the business. It shows some pictures. It shows the logo. People can leave reviews. You can answer most asked questions. You can have a link for people to call you directly. People can just click and call. There's a link to the services as well. And then the other thing you need to sign up for is Search Console. This Google Search Console. This is the best way to tell the search engine that hey, I've created a website. This is what it's about. And to Search Console, you need to add what we call a sitemap that I can't find here on your website. It's a WordPress website, and they are normally here /sitemap with XML, but yours is not there. So I don't know whether you created one and it's just a different URL. But the sitemap basically just points to, it's just a summary that hey, these are the pages we have on our website. These are the posts we have on our website. And that's it. And as you have to update it, I tell Search Console every day that hey, we made these changes, such that those pages can also be indexed and start to show up in Google. So yeah, other than that, I think that's it. I'd love to know more about, since these are services you provide, I'd love to know more about, who, any case studies you've done. Maybe I can take a look at those, your clients as well in the past, and, fix any issues that may be on their websites in terms of SEO. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and have an incredible week.